So I'm Randy. I'm an alcoholic. Hi, everybody. I'm so grateful to be here. And I don't know if you know how much of a gift it is for my life that I get to have this meeting every Wednesday. That my higher power put this in my life is mind blowing to me. It's shocking, and I love it. And I get to go to London every Wednesday. It's fantastic. The reason that I'm here is because I have alcoholism. I'm not here to teach anybody anything. I'm not here to tell you how to do anything. I'm here because I have alcoholism, and my alcoholism needs to be treated. And the way that it's treated in the 12th step is that I try to carry this message to other alcoholics and to practice these principles in all of my affairs. So this is my higher power giving me an opportunity to carry a message. Hopefully the message of Alcoholics Anonymous, not my message, it's not mine, has nothing to do with me. And my personal story is not a message, it's a nightmare. So I'm not here to tell you my personal drinking story for sure. There could be some message in a message of recovery in my recovery that I am happy to share with anyone who wants to talk about recovery. That's my life. That's the most, this AA right now for me is the most important thing in my life. That might change. And in the preamble, we do that set aside prayer. God, please enable me to set aside everything I think I know for an open mind and a new experience. And that's my prayer today. Help me to set aside everything I think I know, everything I think I know about AA and the 12 steps and how this works and how to carry a message and how to be a husband and how to be a father and how to sit in a meeting and how to listen and how to be a friend. Everything I think I know is an old idea. Everything. I have to have In AA, I get to have an open mind right now, an open mind. An open mind isn't open-mindedness. Open-mindedness, like if two gay people want to get married, I'm open to that. That's okay with me. That's open-mindedness. But an open mind is a mind that's free of self. An open mind is a mind that has no preconceived ideas, no opinions. It's open. It's open to this moment right here, right now, being a new moment. And I'm open to seeing what's possible in this moment. The only way I can have an open mind is to have a relationship with my higher power. Because everything Randy knows, everything that's in self, it's closed. It knows everything already. And if you're like me, you already know everything. If you're like me, you've already had an opinion about what I've said so far. You've agreed or disagreed with what I'm talking about in your mind already, because the mind's not open. It's analyzing, it's judging, it's trying to figure out if what I'm saying corresponds with what you know. And so you might listen. And if it doesn't correspond with what you know, then that mind just closes shut and the rest and then if you're like me, I go into fantasy land. I don't hear stuff I want to hear, or I don't agree with the speaker. My mind closes and leaves the building, goes on vacation, goes to Hawaii, goes to get a new girlfriend, goes to the bank and counts money, just leaves the room. And I am powerless over that mind. I'm a complete defeat at being present where my body is. I'm a complete defeat admitting powerlessness. But that's what's needed for today in the application. See, principles in application is about, it's not we're talking about steps. We're going to talk about the 11th step, or I might talk about the 11th step for a minute or two, but really the 11th step is 11. And if I don't have right now, if I don't have an awareness of alcoholism in my life as a mind-powered disease that's ongoing right now, that I have alcoholism, that there's something wrong with me. And what's wrong with me isn't alcohol. I haven't drank alcohol for 29 years. I'm still in a meeting of Alcoholics Anonymous because my life depends on it. Because what I have is a mental illness. I hope you don't have what I have. But I have this weird mental illness which manifests as an unsatisfiable, fault-finding, opinionated mind. And I have a mind that's always in a hurry. It always wants to be somewhere else. It's so easily frustrated. And I have to know that I have that, because if I don't know that I have that, then I think, oh, I can use my old ideas. I can manage my life today. I can get some stuff done. And then I go to do the stuff and I leave my higher power behind because I think I'm okay on my own. I'm okay, I got it. And then as I go out, eventually I get in emotional pain. I find fault. I'm unsatisfied. I have these strong opinions which make me angry and resentful. And then my life gets worse. And then I start treating everybody around me, even or especially those closest to me, I start treating them badly. And then it gets worse. And the pain gets worse. And nobody wants to be around me. Nobody wants to know me. And this can all happen at breakfast. It doesn't have to be a big deal. It could just be they put too much avocado on my plate and my mind didn't like it. And all of a sudden avocado's a problem today. And it's not just a problem, it's a world problem. It's a marriage problem. It's a I got to get out of this house problem. And nothing happened. I like avocado. When I can admit complete defeat right here, right now, when I can acknowledge that there's something wrong with my mind and I can't use it to good purpose. When I can admit that my life is unmanageable by me, and when I say my life, I'm talking about my inner life, then I stand ready to do anything which will lift my merciless obsession, which is to be self-satisfied, to be the king, to be right all the time. And what I get to do to lift that merciless obsession is start coming to believe that there's a power that's greater than me that can restore me to sanity. All that self-talk in my mind, all of that talk that might even be going on right now in the room, that's me trying to restore me to sanity. And it never works. And the second step says, no, you've lost the job. I am no longer the right thing to restore me to sanity. No matter how much I think about something, no matter how many scenarios I run, the end is always unsatisfied. Even when I get exactly what I want, I'm not satisfied. I want that and something else. And so I start coming to believe right now by sharing my life with a higher power right now. Power, could you be with me? Could you help me be here in this room? In this room right now. Not could you help me later when I get home? Or could you help me be a better driver later? I might need help driving, but I'm going to need help driving when I'm driving. What I need help with right now is sitting in a meeting. That doesn't seem like I need help, but I could sit in a meeting and become suicidal because somebody has nicer shoes than I do. And it's not that they have nicer shoes, it's that my mind tells me that I'll never have nice shoes. And by the end of the meeting, I want to kill myself. And I've been at an Alcoholics Anonymous meeting and everyone else is laughing and clapping and listening to the speaker. And I'm just sitting there thinking, what a loser I am. Never going to have nice shoes. What's the use? That's a mental illness. That's a last gasper. It says, it says even these last gaspers often have difficulty in realizing how hopeless they actually are. I'm a last gasper. Robin Williams was a last gasper. He had everything. He was like famous and funny and everybody loved him and everywhere they went, they wanted him and everyone wanted him in his movies. And none of that was good enough. His mind told him that he should go into his closet and get a belt out and choke himself to death. That's his mind told him that. Nobody made him do that. That is a powerful disease. It's no wonder people drink again and people blow their brains out because the disease is so powerful. It takes my soul without my consent. So the only hope that I have is that maybe I could come to believe today, right now, a little bit more that there's a power, that power is greater than me. and that power is the power that's going to restore me to sanity. And I do it right now by sharing my life with that power. Could you be with me? Could you help me? Could you protect me from my mind? Could you let me think your thoughts? Could you help me be the man you want me to be? Right now, right now, right now. This is a right now program. The only time that I can have a relationship with my higher power is right here, right now, not later. I can think about wanting to do it later, but I want to do everything later. I want to lose weight later. I want to make more money later. I want to eat better. I want to exercise. I'm going to do all that later, but later keeps being later, and it's always later. And this is a right now program. What am I doing right now? Right now. When I start sharing my life with that power, right, I start to have experiences, and I start to have experiences that my mind quiets down. And in the moment I'm in, my mind is quiet and I'm enjoying myself. And nothing's changed. It's just my mind is quiet because I've been sharing my life with this higher power. And I have a moment of peace. That's what I call the quiet, is peace. Because my mind's no longer shouting at me, trying to figure out how to restore me to sanity or restore me to what I think is happiness. Get me a new car, get me a new girl, get me more money. Sanity is just quiet, just peace, just a sound mind. And when I have that, it's mine. It's mine. It's a gift from God, but it's mine now. I have a moment of sanity, and I know a little bit more. I'm coming to believe that when I share my life with this power, I could have a moment of sanity. And I keep practicing that. And then I have another moment. And then I have another moment. And then in the middle of a terrible thing that's happening, like getting fired or breaking up or being in a car accident, I have a moment of sanity. I ask my higher power to be with me while terrible things are going on, what I think is terrible. And I have a moment of sanity, and I start finding everywhere in my life where I could have a moment of sanity, in the storm or the quiet. And I'm putting these moments together. And when I have enough moments, then I could walk into step 3 and I could make a decision. It's a real decision. It's not magic. It's not fantasy. It's not a Santa Claus God I'm turning my will and my life, the care of my will and my life over to. I'm putting it in God's care, because when I put my will and my life, my thoughts and my actions in the care of God, then I have peace. When I put my thoughts and my actions into the care of alcoholism or Randy, I have chaos. And those are my 2 options now, and I can make a decision. I decide to put my thoughts and my actions in the care of God, not in the care of me. And then I have a different experience. No matter what's going on, I always have a different experience when I just put my thoughts and my actions into the care of God instead of the care of Randy. And that's how a new character is being built, and it's only being built in this moment, right now. And that's why this is so important for me, because I need to be reminded that it's right now. Because I have the delusion that one day I'm going to wrest satisfaction and happiness out of this world if I can only learn how to manage well. But the first step says my life is unmanageable. My life is what goes on in my mind. It's unmanageable. It's a lie that I'm one day going to be able to manage well. That is a lie that I tell myself. And it's so deep. And I think I'm going to read the right book or go to the right meeting or hear the right message or find the right teacher or get the right meditation practice, and then I'll be able to manage well. But managing well is not necessary, because the one that has all knowledge and power is where I get all my strength and inspiration. The one that has all knowledge and power. I don't have to have it. I'm going to read this because it's right before the 11th step. It says, much has already been said about receiving strength, inspiration, and direction from Him, capital H, Him, God, higher power, who has all knowledge and power. If I've carefully followed these directions up until now, I have begun right now to sense the flow of His Spirit into me. To some extent, I have become God conscious right now. Right now. Whatever extent it is, it doesn't matter. If you have this much God consciousness, that's amazing. That's where you can't have a little God. It's all God or all self. I have begun to develop this vital sixth sense, but I must go further, and this means more action. So in step 10, I was introduced to this idea that I have to have this thought going with me constantly. Every day is a day I must carry the vision of God's will into all of my activities, all of them. How can I best serve thee? Thy will, not mine, be done. These are the thoughts which must go with me constantly. Not thoughts about how to make more money, not thoughts about how to get my wife to act right, but the thought, how can I best serve thee? How can I best serve my higher power? Its will, not mine, be done. That's thoughts. That's the thought which must go with me constantly. And constantly is right now, because you can't constantly do something later, and you can't constantly do something earlier. You can only constantly do it right now, or I can. So now is now. And then we go into the 11th step, where I'm going to sought, which I think is a right now word also. I'm going to sought right now through prayer and meditation in everything that I'm doing, even when I'm driving, going to the bathroom, eating, sitting in a meeting. I'm soughting through prayer and meditation to improve my conscious contact with God as I understood Him. As I understood Him because I've been practicing these principles throughout my day, and I have an understanding of how I become sane or have peace in the moment that I'm in, because I'm sorting through prayer and meditation in everything that I'm doing. I'm becoming more conscious of God as I understood Him. Praying only for knowledge of His will for me. How can I best serve thee? Thy will, not mine, be done. And the power to carry that out. So I'm receiving strength and power from the one that has all knowledge and all power. I'm receiving strength, inspiration, and direction from Him who has all knowledge and power. So where could you learn more than from Him who has all knowledge and power? Where could I get more wisdom than from Him who has all knowledge and power? In a book that I'm going to read with my mind and then know some stuff, and everything I know is an old idea, and I can't use my old ideas or the result is nil. So the inspiration, even if I know it, the knowing of it when I need it in the moment that I need it comes from Him who has all strength and power, all knowledge and all power. That's what's going on in step 11. That's why we meditate. That's why I'm here today, because I want to have inspiration and direction and strength from Him who has all knowledge and power. I don't want it from my job. I don't want it from money. I don't want it from all those things disappear. God never leaves me, never leaves me. That's a lot of talk about God, but this step is about God. Sought through prayer and meditation to improve my conscious contact with God. We have to talk about God if we're going to talk about the 11th step. So thank you for letting me share. I'm so grateful to be here with you all, and now I can't wait to hear back from all of you. Thank you.